Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment. We'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see them in today. We got an excellent show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Now, this is a continuing story that we covered not too long ago. And it's centered on that Lakers trade between the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks when they shocked everybody by trading Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic, and everyone was shocked, and one of the people that was probably most shocked was Anthony Davis. I remember when it went down, AD said, I think one of the first people he called was LeBron James. LeBron said he didn't know. People thought he knew, and blah, 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 blah. So just about a week or so ago, Marcus Morris, the brother of Markieff Morris, who's currently a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, he sat down with a podcast. I don't remember the name of the podcast, and he was essentially describing the play-by-play of when he found out his brother was being traded to the Lakers. And he said at the time his brother was actually looking to retire after his time with the Dallas Mavericks, and then he got the call, and Marcus Morris then essentially revealed that LeBron wanted Markieff to be a part of the trade. And then everybody was like, what, Scooby? What, Shaggy? What, the LeBron that didn't know wanted Markieff Morris to be a part of the trade? So we did a show about that. It did pretty well. I even tried to send it to AD. I don't know if you saw it. So yesterday, Gil's Arena decided to clickbait the hell out of me, and they had a show up there, and it had the following headline. It says, Anthony Davis should have beef with LeBron forever. And then on the thumbnail, you see Gilbert Arenas, Anthony Davis, would probably show it to you, and LeBron and Luka laughing. And then you see they wrote, he knew, right? So I click on the video immediately to watch what they had to say. And as I'm watching it, I realized quickly that Gilbert Arenas wasn't even on the show, but they put him on the thumbnail. So everybody clickbaits, it seems. So anyway, Gilbert Arenas wasn't there. But they had the panel of Nick Young, Kenyon Martin, and others, and these guys. And they were essentially saying that LeBron James knew. LeBron James absolutely knew that AD was being traded. But they revealed something that I was unaware of, which was some new comments from Anthony Davis that I want to read. I got this from Gil's Arena. Let me read it for you guys. It says, ain't no change for me. It's a business. People are saying that LeBron knew of the trade because of the Marcus Morris quoting saying James knew that comes out. James is saying he don't. At this point, whether he knew or not, or whoever knew, or was it quiet when Shams dropped the news, it doesn't matter who knew. The SHIU know what happened. But what I want to do is I want to take it a step further. I want to play what some of these NBA guys had to say about whether or not they believed that LeBron knew. But before we even get into what they had to say, today's video is brought to you by sponsor, Game Time. One of the things I love the most is making unforgettable memories with family and friends. And one of the things I hate the most is overpaying for tickets only to find out that there was a better deal out there. That's one of the reasons I started using Game Time. Game Time is the easy go-to app for last-minute tickets to sports, concert, and theater events across 60+ states in the US and Canada. Game Time saves me time, money, and stress by curating only the best deals, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of time scrolling through overpriced tickets. Game Time Picks is my favorite tool. It highlights the best value seats instantly. No more guesswork, no more wasting time. For example, I'm very interested in the game between the Wizards and the New York Knicks. Here's what I like to do. I turn on all-in pricing so I know exactly what I'm paying for upfront. I check Game Time Picks to find out the most valuable deals. And finally, I pick the ticket I want. I choose between the cheapest deal, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play what Kenny and these guys had to say now, and we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to that there.
The Morris twins said Brian said that?
So a report came out that Bron had asked for Marcus Morris as a part of the deal.
Damn, see, LeBron got to stop talking sometimes. Yeah. Of course Brian knew, you know.
You think he knew for real?
Not that far ahead,
You
but
do?
I think he knew.
Hell yeah.
I think he knew once they was about to lock it in. I don't think he knew that far ahead.
It ain't like you trading this boy for nothing. Like, if you just trading Anthony Davis for...
Yeah.
Huh?
So when did you think he found out? When it was done already?
Before it was done.
Before it was done?
Absolutely. When they picked the phone up to get ready, absolutely.
Really?
It would just, but Luka obviously don't know. He's blindsided by it.
Yeah, he was.
But you got to think
I feel like
that
the deal was done, and then the first call was Bron.
Yeah,
they call him the GM.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Is it okay if we make this move?
I don't think it's okay.
What if they probably asked
What are we
him?
doing?
It was already done, but they
I
probably
don't think they asked him, listen, this is what's about to transpire.
How you feel about this? Oh, it's cool.
Well,
all right, here you go.
Hey, this is
we got it for you.
This is what's about to transpire.
Would you ever want to play with
Would you ever want to play with Luka?
Yeah, okay,
How
well,
about right now?
Listen,
Oh, really? Bet.
Who we getting back? Well, shit, make sure Marcus Morris in it.
I think Markieff, right?
Markieff Morris. Make sure Markieff Morris in it, right?
Yeah, it's probably like just we got to get somebody.
They probably said this. They probably said PJ Washington. He was like, nah, I don't know. Could have been. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
No,
But-
not PJ.
Keith and Luka know they have a good
I wasn't there.
relationship.
Hypothetical. I wasn't there. I don't know. I'm just putting words in the man. I ain't saying
They would
this.
have gave us Luka and PJ for AD all.
Oh, Nico would have been out of there.
Just blow Dallas up at this point.
Yeah, I think LeBron knew, to be honest.
Yeah.
I really do.
And that's a tough spot for him to be in. But again, it's Luka Doncic.
I think the only situation that he's been in that he had no say-so and control in was that situation in Miami.
So you heard what the panel had to say. What are my thoughts on all of this? Let me say this. I think Anthony Davis had a rude awakening. I think AD thought that, oh, I'm special. Nah, bro, you're not special. You're not special. You got snaked. You got snaked. Because for Marcus Morris to say that, I don't know why Marcus Morris would lie. I think Marcus Morris wasn't lying. I think he just slipped up. But he isn't the only NBA player that said LeBron knew. That one he just gave pure evidence. But other players said that. Steven Jackson said so. Matt Barnes said so. Kenyon Martin just said so. Nick Young just said so. These guys know the business. Right? Now, AD, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he doesn't want to believe that he would get snaked like that more than LeBron actually knowing. Because AD is a part of the business. He must know these things happen all the time. On the part of LeBron James, this don't surprise me. This don't surprise me. And now, ever since that trade, it looks like, that it ultimately worked out. And then we're also hearing that, AD was complaining, AD didn't want to be there, and da-da-da-da-da, and this and this and that, and this and this and that, and therefore he didn't want to play the center position, and da-da. So now basically what they're saying is, you see, well, you didn't want to be here anyway, so therefore, good riddance. Now, AD is gone. AD's with the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie suffered his injury. They're still in the play-in tournament picture. But if we look at the Lakers, it hasn't been all smooth sailing. Because although they were able to acquire Luka Doncic, who's their best player right now, there are still some deficiencies. They gave up something for that. Luka, yes, he's an offensive maestro. He's a playmaking machine. But he is a serious defensive liability. And just this morning, I was watching a clip from Get Up, and Jay Williams already talking about how they're going to hide him on defense and all that other stuff. So it wasn't a perfect trade. And there are some Laker fans that are a little bit trepidatious about it. But in terms of AD feeling like LeBron, well, it looks like he did know, bro. And listening to AD, it sounds like he's over it. But he got a rude awakening. He got a rude awakening. Why LeBron wouldn't tell AD if they're as close as they say that they are, I don't know. Because now it would have been better if you told him straight up that he knew than for him to sit there and wonder. Because I'm sure this probably played a role in their relationship. This is gonna have an effect on their relationship. But hey, this is just what I think. So what I want to know from you guys, first of all, what do you think about what the panel had to say? Do you agree with them that LeBron knew? And secondly, how do you think AD should feel about all of this? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you on the next show. Peace.